The Áo Dai, a traditional Vietnamese garment, is often mistaken for a Chinese garment due to its similarity to the traditional Chinese dress, the qipao. The qipao, also known as the cheongsam, is a tight-fitting dress that originated in Shanghai in the 1920s and quickly became a symbol of modern Chinese fashion. However, the history of traditional Chinese clothing dates back much further than the qipao and has evolved over the centuries to reflect the changing culture and society of China. One of the earliest forms of traditional Chinese clothing is the hanfu, which was worn during the Han Dynasty, 206 BCE to 220 CE. The hanfu consisted of a long, flowing robe with loose sleeves and a sash at the waist. This style of clothing was worn by men and women and was often made from silk or other luxurious fabrics. During the Tang Dynasty, 618 to 907 CE, traditional Chinese clothing underwent a significant transformation. Clothing became more fitted and tailored, with a focus on highlighting the natural curves of the body. The Tang Dynasty also saw the emergence of the rukn, a two-piece garment consisting of a long skirt and a shorter jacket. In the Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644 CE, traditional Chinese clothing became more elaborate and ornate. Clothing was decorated with intricate embroidery, beading, and other embellishments, and was often made from luxurious fabrics such as silk and brocade. The Ming Dynasty also saw the emergence of the Chongshan, a long, flowing robe that was worn by both men and women. The qipao, as we know it today, emerged during the Republican era, 1912 to 1949, when China was undergoing a period of modernization and Western influence. The qipao was designed to be a modern, fashionable alternative to traditional Chinese clothing, and it quickly became popular among urban women in Shanghai and other cities. The qipao was often made from silk or other lightweight fabrics and featured a high collar, short sleeves, and a tight-fitting silhouette that highlighted the curves of the body. Today, the qipao is still a popular garment in China and around the world, and it continues to inspire modern fashion designers who seek to incorporate traditional Chinese elements into their designs. However, traditional Chinese clothing is more than just the qipao. There are many different styles and variations of traditional Chinese clothing, each with its own unique history and significance. The Áo Dai, although not a traditional Chinese garment, is another example of the influence of traditional Chinese clothing on fashion in Southeast Asia. The Áo Dai is a tight-fitting tunic worn over loose-fitting pants, and it is often made from silk or other luxurious fabrics. The Áo Dai is a symbol of Vietnamese culture and has become a popular garment for formal occasions and weddings. In recent years, there has been a renewed interest in traditional Chinese clothing among young people in China and around the world. Many designers are incorporating traditional Chinese elements into their designs, from embroidery and beading to traditional motifs and patterns. This renewed interest in traditional Chinese clothing is not just about fashion, but also about preserving and celebrating Chinese culture and heritage. The beauty of traditional Chinese clothing lies not only in its intricate designs and luxurious fabrics, but also in its symbolism and cultural significance. For example, the colors and motifs used in traditional Chinese clothing often have special meanings and are associated with different aspects of Chinese culture and mythology. Red, for example, is a popular color in traditional Chinese clothing and is often associated with good luck, happiness, and prosperity. The dragon, a mythical creature that is revered in Chinese culture, is also a popular motif in traditional Chinese clothing, representing power, strength, and good fortune. In addition to its cultural significance, traditional Chinese clothing also has practical benefits. For example, the loose-fitting styles of clothing that were popular in earlier dynasties allowed for ease of movement and comfort in the hot and humid climate of China. The use of lightweight and breathable fabrics such as silk and cotton also helped to keep the body cool and comfortable. Today, traditional Chinese clothing continues to inspire fashion designers and enthusiasts around the world. Many designers are incorporating traditional Chinese elements into their designs, such as using traditional motifs and patterns or incorporating Chinese-inspired silhouettes into their clothing. Traditional Chinese clothing has also become popular in cosplay and other forms of costume design, where its intricate designs and cultural significance are appreciated by enthusiasts from all walks of life. In China, there has been a growing interest in traditional Chinese clothing in recent years, as people seek to rediscover and celebrate their cultural heritage. Traditional Chinese clothing has become a popular choice for weddings, formal events, and other special occasions, as people seek to incorporate cultural elements into their celebrations. In addition to its cultural and historical significance, traditional Chinese clothing has also had a significant impact on fashion and clothing design around the world. The influence of traditional Chinese clothing can be seen in the designs of many Western fashion designers, who have incorporated elements of Chinese fashion into their collections. For example, the use of intricate embroidery and beading, which is a hallmark of traditional Chinese clothing, has become a popular technique in Western fashion design. Many designers have also incorporated Chinese-inspired prints and patterns, such as floral motifs and dragon designs, into their clothing. The popularity of traditional Chinese clothing has also led to the development of a global market for Chinese fashion and textiles. Chinese silk and brocade fabrics, which are known for their luxurious texture and intricate designs, are highly sought after by fashion designers and enthusiasts around the world. This has led to the development of a thriving industry in China, with many companies specializing in the production of high-quality silk and other traditional fabrics. In recent years, there has also been a growing interest in sustainable and ethical fashion, which has led to a renewed interest in traditional Chinese clothing. Many designers are now turning to traditional Chinese fabrics and techniques, such as hand weaving and natural dyeing, as a way to create sustainable and eco-friendly fashion. Despite the many challenges facing traditional Chinese clothing, including the rapid pace of modernization and the influence of Western fashion, it remains an important and beloved part of Chinese culture and heritage. Its beauty, elegance, and cultural significance continue to inspire and captivate people around the world, and its influence on fashion and clothing design is sure to be felt for many years to come. In recent years, there has also been a growing movement to incorporate traditional Chinese clothing into everyday wear. Many young people in China and around the world are embracing traditional Chinese clothing as a way to express their cultural identity and stand out in a sea of Western fashion. This has led to the development of a new subculture of fashion enthusiasts who are passionate about traditional Chinese clothing and its place in modern fashion. One of the key drivers of this trend is social media, which has allowed young people to share their love of traditional Chinese clothing with a wider audience. Many bloggers and influencers are using social media platforms like Instagram and WeChat to showcase their traditional Chinese clothing outfits, and to promote the idea of traditional Chinese fashion as a viable and fashionable option for modern wear. Another factor driving the popularity of traditional Chinese clothing is the rise of the Made in China movement. As China becomes increasingly important as a global economic power, many people are beginning to take pride in the country's cultural heritage and are seeking out ways to incorporate traditional Chinese elements into their lives. Traditional Chinese clothing is seen as a way to express this pride and to promote Chinese culture on a global stage. Despite its growing popularity, traditional Chinese clothing still faces challenges in terms of modernization and globalization. Traditional fashion of indigenous peoples in America, such as the leather garments and leaf dresses of Native Americans, is an important part of the cultural heritage of these communities. These traditional garments have been passed down from generation to generation and are still worn by many indigenous people today. One of the most iconic traditional garments of Native American culture is the leather garment. These garments were made from animal hides, which were tanned and decorated with intricate beadwork and embroidery. Leather garments were an important part of Native American culture, serving both practical and ceremonial purposes. They were often worn for protection during hunting and battle and were also worn during ceremonial dances and other important events. Another important traditional garment of Native American culture is the leaf dress. These dresses were made from woven plant fibers and were decorated with natural dyes and embroidery. Leaf dresses were often worn as part of traditional ceremonies and were a symbol of the connection between Native American people and the natural world. In addition to these traditional garments, many Native American communities also have their own unique styles of jewelry and accessories. These include beaded necklaces, bracelets, and earrings, as well as headdresses, moccasins, and other items that are made from natural materials like feathers, shells, and bone. The traditional fashion of Native American communities has also had a significant impact on contemporary fashion. Many designers have been inspired by the intricate beadwork and embroidery of traditional Native American garments, incorporating these elements into their own designs. This has helped to bring attention to the beauty and cultural significance of these traditional garments and has helped to keep these traditions alive for future generations. However, it is also important to acknowledge the historical and cultural context of these traditional garments. For many indigenous people, traditional garments are more than just clothing. They are a symbol of cultural identity and a connection to their ancestors and traditions. It is important to respect these traditions and to work towards preserving and promoting them in a way that is culturally sensitive and respectful. In addition to the traditional garments of Native American culture, there are many other indigenous communities in America that have their own unique styles of traditional dress. For example, the Inuit people of the Arctic region have a long tradition of creating clothing from animal skins and furs. These garments are designed to provide warmth and protection in the harsh Arctic climate and are often decorated with intricate embroidery and beadwork. The traditional dress of the Navajo people is also highly distinctive. Navajo women often wear long, flowing skirts and brightly colored blouses, while men wear traditional shirts and pants made from wool or cotton. Navajo jewelry, which includes silver bracelets, necklaces, and earrings, is also highly prized and often incorporates intricate designs and symbols that reflect the Navajo worldview. The traditional dress of the Pueblo people of the Southwest is another example of indigenous fashion in America. Pueblo women often wear brightly colored dresses that are decorated with intricate embroidery and beadwork, while men wear traditional shirts and pants made from cotton or wool. Pueblo jewelry, which includes necklaces, earrings, and bracelets made from turquoise and other precious stones, is also highly prized and often incorporates traditional designs and symbols. Despite the diversity of traditional dress among indigenous communities in America, there are also many common threads that unite these cultures. For example, many traditional garments are designed to reflect the natural world, with patterns and colors that are inspired by the plants, animals, and landscapes of the local environment. Traditional dress is also often highly symbolic, with designs and motifs that reflect the spiritual and cultural beliefs of the community. In recent years, there has been a growing awareness of the importance of indigenous fashion in America. Many designers and fashion brands are now working to incorporate traditional elements of indigenous dress into their collections, often in collaboration with indigenous artists and craftspeople. This has helped to bring attention to the beauty and cultural significance of indigenous fashion and has helped to support the continued practice of these traditional arts. Another aspect of traditional indigenous fashion in America is the use of natural materials and sustainable practices. Many indigenous communities have a deep respect for the natural world and use materials that are locally sourced and environmentally friendly. For example, the Yupik people of Alaska use the fur of sea otters, seals, and other marine animals to make their traditional parkas, which are highly effective at keeping out the cold. Similarly, the Haudenosaunee people of the eastern woodlands use materials like deer hide, corn husks, and plant fibers to create their traditional clothing and accessories. These materials are locally sourced and often harvested in a sustainable way, reflecting the community's commitment to environmental stewardship. In addition to the use of natural materials, traditional indigenous fashion also often incorporates intricate designs and motifs that reflect the cultural and spiritual beliefs of the community. For example, the Haida people of the Pacific Northwest are known for their highly stylized designs, which often incorporate animals and other natural elements. These designs are a reflection of the Haida worldview, which sees the natural world as interconnected and imbued with spiritual power. Despite the importance of traditional indigenous fashion in America, many indigenous communities have faced challenges in preserving these traditions. The legacy of colonization and forced assimilation has often meant that traditional dress and other cultural practices have been suppressed or lost over time. However, there is a growing movement among indigenous peoples to reclaim and revitalize these traditions, often with the support of designers, fashion brands, and other allies. Another important aspect of traditional indigenous fashion in America is the role that it plays in preserving cultural identity and promoting cultural pride. For many indigenous people, traditional dress is a way of connecting with their ancestors and affirming their cultural heritage. By wearing traditional garments, they are able to express their identity and demonstrate their commitment to their community and culture. Traditional indigenous fashion is also an important part of cultural revitalization efforts. Many indigenous communities are working to reclaim and revitalize their traditional practices and knowledge, often with the support of designers, fashion brands, and other allies. By incorporating traditional elements of indigenous dress into contemporary fashion, these efforts help to keep these traditions alive and relevant for future generations. However, it is important to note that the use of traditional indigenous fashion in contemporary fashion can also be problematic. Cultural appropriation, which involves taking elements of a culture without permission or understanding of their cultural significance, is a concern in the fashion industry. Designers and fashion brands must be mindful of the cultural context and significance of traditional indigenous dress and work to ensure that they are using these elements in a respectful and appropriate way. In addition, the fashion industry as a whole has a significant environmental impact, with many practices contributing to climate change, pollution, and other environmental issues. As such, it is important for designers and fashion brands to incorporate sustainable practices into their work, including the use of natural materials, reducing waste, and minimizing their carbon footprint. Another important aspect of traditional indigenous fashion in America is the role it plays in promoting economic empowerment and self-sufficiency for indigenous communities. Many indigenous people create and sell traditional garments and accessories as a way of supporting their families and communities. By supporting these businesses, consumers can help to promote economic development and support the continued practice of traditional arts and crafts. In recent years, there has been a growing movement among indigenous designers and artists to create contemporary fashion that incorporates traditional elements of indigenous dress. The 1990s were a decade of change and innovation in the fashion world. During this time, a number of iconic fashion brands emerged and became household names, influencing the way we dress and defining the trends of the decade. One of the most influential brands of the 1990s was Calvin Klein. Known for its minimalist designs and provocative advertising campaigns, Calvin Klein became a symbol of the era's heroin chic aesthetic. The brand's signature underwear and denim lines were particularly popular, and the iconic CK logo became a ubiquitous symbol of 1990s style. Another influential brand of the 1990s was Tommy Hilfiger. Founded in 1985, Tommy Hilfiger gained popularity in the 1990s with its preppy, all-American aesthetic. The brand's red, white, and blue color scheme and iconic flag logo became synonymous with 1990s fashion, and the brand's popularity was further fueled by celebrity endorsements from the likes of Aaliyah and Snoop Dogg. The 1990s also saw the emergence of streetwear brands like FUBU and Phat Farm, which were created specifically for the hip-hop generation. These brands focused on oversized silhouettes, bold graphics, and bright colors, and quickly became popular among young people in urban areas. FUBU, which stands for Us, By Us, was particularly popular, with its focus on celebrating Black culture and promoting entrepreneurship. In addition to these brands, the 1990s also saw the rise of luxury fashion houses like Gucci and Prada. These brands, which had previously been associated with a more mature clientele, began to target younger consumers with bold, attention-grabbing designs. Gucci, in particular, saw a resurgence in popularity in the late 1990s under the creative direction of Tom Ford, who introduced a sexy, provocative aesthetic that was embraced by celebrities and fashion insiders alike. The popularity of these brands was fueled in part by the rise of celebrity culture in the 1990s. Fashion and music became increasingly intertwined, with pop stars like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera serving as ambassadors for brands like Tommy Hilfiger and Pepsi. The rise of hip-hop culture also had a significant impact on fashion, with rappers like Puff Daddy and Jay-Z promoting brands like Sean John and Rocawear. One of the key drivers of the popularity of these brands in the 1990s was the rise of consumerism and the increasing availability of affordable fashion. As the global economy boomed and manufacturing became more efficient, fashion became more accessible to a wider range of consumers. This led to a proliferation of brands and styles, with consumers seeking out new and exciting fashion options. The rise of the internet and e-commerce also had a significant impact on fashion in the 1990s. Online shopping became more popular, allowing consumers to browse and purchase fashion from the comfort of their own homes. This helped to fuel the growth of fashion brands and made it easier for consumers to stay up to date with the latest trends. Despite the many changes that occurred in the fashion industry during the 1990s, some things remained constant. The fashion industry continued to be dominated by a small number of influential designers and fashion houses, and the influence of celebrity culture continued to be felt. However, the emergence of new brands and the changing tastes of consumers helped to push fashion in new and exciting directions, with a focus on individuality and self-expression. Today, the legacy of the 1990s can still be seen in the fashion industry. Many of the brands that were popular during the decade continue to be relevant, and their designs continue to influence contemporary fashion. The 1990s also paved the way for new and emerging designers and brands, who have taken the spirit of innovation and experimentation from the decade and pushed it even further. The 1990s was also a decade of social and cultural change, which had a significant impact on fashion. The rise of grunge music, for example, had a major influence on fashion, with bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam popularizing a style that was characterized by ripped jeans, flannel shirts, and combat boots. This anti-fashion movement was a reaction to the excess and glamour of the 1980s, and represented a shift towards a more casual and individualistic style. On the other hand, the emergence of the supermodel era in the 1990s also had a significant impact on fashion. Models like Cindy Crawford, Naomi Campbell, and Kate Moss became international celebrities, and their iconic looks helped to define the era's fashion. The era also saw the rise of the waif aesthetic, with models like Kate Moss popularizing a slim, androgynous look that was seen as a departure from the curvaceous models of the 1980s. The 1990s was also a time of experimentation and boundary pushing in fashion. Designers like Alexander McQueen and John Galliano challenged traditional notions of beauty and gender, creating avant-garde designs that were both provocative and thought-provoking. McQueen, in particular, was known for his dark, edgy designs that incorporated elements of punk and goth subcultures. In addition to these trends, the 1990s also saw the rise of streetwear and sneaker culture. Brands like Nike and Adidas became synonymous with urban fashion, and the sneaker became a key fashion accessory. This trend was popularized by hip-hop artists like Run DMC, who famously wore Adidas Superstars with no laces, and it continues to be a major trend in fashion today. One of the defining features of 1990s fashion was the use of bright colors and bold patterns. This was particularly evident in the rise of neon colors, which were popular in everything from clothing to accessories to makeup. The trend was popularized by celebrities like Madonna and the Spice Girls, and it represented a departure from the more subdued colors of the 1980s. Another trend that emerged in the 1990s was the use of oversized clothing. This trend was popularized by hip-hop artists, who often wore baggy pants, oversized shirts, and jackets that were several sizes too big. The trend was also seen in the grunge movement, with flannel shirts and oversized sweaters becoming popular staples. The 1990s also saw the rise of the urban aesthetic in fashion. This style was characterized by a mix of streetwear and high fashion, with brands like Fubu and Sean John blending elements of hip-hop and luxury fashion. The trend was popularized by rappers like Jay-Z, who frequently sported designer clothing and accessories. In addition to these trends, the 1990s also saw a resurgence of vintage fashion. This was evident in the popularity of retro styles like bell-bottom jeans, platform shoes, and tie-dye shirts. The trend was fueled by a nostalgia for the 1960s and 1970s, and it represented a departure from the more futuristic styles of the 1980s. One of the most iconic fashion moments of the 1990s was the introduction of the little black dress by designer Tom Ford for Gucci. The dress, which was made of black jersey and featured a plunging neckline, became an instant classic and remains a staple of women's fashion today. The 1990s also saw a shift towards more casual and comfortable fashion, with an emphasis on sportswear and athleisure. Brands like Nike and Adidas introduced new, innovative materials that were both lightweight and durable, making them ideal for athletic wear. Hanbok is the traditional attire of Korea that has a history that goes back centuries. It is a clothing style that reflects the unique cultural heritage of the country and is known for its elegant and simple design. Hanbok is made from natural materials, such as silk, cotton, and ramie, and is designed to be comfortable and lightweight, making it suitable for Korea's hot summers. One of the most striking features of hanbok is the use of bright colors and intricate designs. Hanbok is often decorated with floral patterns, geometric shapes, and other decorative motifs that reflect the natural world and the cultural beliefs of Korea. The use of color is also highly symbolic, with different colors representing different social and cultural meanings. There are many different styles of hanbok, each of which reflects the unique cultural traditions of Korea. For example, the jeogori is a short jacket worn over a long skirt and is often decorated with intricate embroidery and beadwork. The chima is a long skirt worn with a blouse or jacket and is often made from a lightweight fabric like silk or cotton. The po is a long overcoat worn over the jeogori and chima and is often made from a heavier fabric such as wool or silk. In addition to these traditional styles, there are also many regional variations of hanbok, each of which reflects the unique cultural traditions of different parts of Korea. For example, the hanbok of the Gyeongsang region is characterized by its bold colors and geometric patterns, while the hanbok of the Jeolla region is known for its delicate embroidery and soft, flowing lines. Despite the diversity of hanbok styles, there has been a decline in the wearing of traditional Korean clothing in recent years. Western-style clothing has become more popular, particularly among younger generations, and many Koreans now only wear hanbok on special occasions like weddings or traditional festivals. However, there is also a growing movement to promote the wearing of hanbok and to celebrate Korea's unique cultural heritage. Many designers and fashion brands are now incorporating elements of hanbok into their collections, creating contemporary fashion that is inspired by traditional Korean dress. There are also many cultural events and festivals that celebrate Hanbok and the traditional arts and crafts of Korea. In recent years, Hanbok has gained popularity among international audiences, particularly among fashion designers and enthusiasts. Many designers are now incorporating elements of Hanbok into their collections, creating contemporary fashion that is inspired by traditional Korean dress. This has helped to bring attention to the beauty and cultural significance of Hanbok and has helped to support the continued practice of traditional Korean arts and crafts. Despite the challenges facing the preservation and promotion of traditional Korean clothing, there is a growing movement to promote Hanbok and celebrate Korea's unique cultural heritage. By supporting the continued practice of traditional arts and crafts, and by incorporating elements of Hanbok into contemporary fashion, we can help to preserve and promote Korea's rich cultural heritage for future generations. Another important aspect of Hanbok and traditional Korean clothing is the way it reflects the social and cultural hierarchy of Korean society. Different styles of Hanbok were worn by different social classes, with more elaborate and ornate styles reserved for the upper classes. For example, the robes of the king and queen were made from the finest silks and adorned with intricate embroidery and beading, while the clothing of commoners was simpler and more practical. Despite this social hierarchy, Hanbok also played an important role in promoting social cohesion and cultural identity. By wearing traditional clothing, Koreans were able to express their shared cultural heritage and demonstrate their commitment to the social and cultural values of their community. Today, Hanbok continues to be an important part of Korean culture, although it is now primarily worn on special occasions like weddings, traditional festivals, and other important events. Many Koreans also wear Hanbok when visiting historic sites or participating in cultural activities, as a way of connecting with their cultural heritage and promoting a sense of national pride. In recent years, there has been a growing interest in Hanbok among international audiences, particularly among fashion designers and enthusiasts. Many designers are now incorporating elements of Hanbok into their collections, creating contemporary fashion that is inspired by traditional Korean dress. This has helped to bring attention to the beauty and cultural significance of Hanbok, and has helped to support the continued practice of traditional Korean arts and crafts. However, it is also important to acknowledge the challenges facing the preservation and promotion of traditional Korean clothing. Like many traditional arts and crafts, Hanbok faces the threat of being lost or forgotten as younger generations become more interested in Western-style fashion. Additionally, the production of Hanbok is often labor-intensive and expensive, making it difficult for traditional artisans to compete with mass-produced clothing. Despite these challenges, there is a growing movement to promote the wearing of Hanbok and to celebrate Korea's unique cultural heritage. By supporting the continued practice of traditional arts and crafts, and by incorporating elements of Hanbok into contemporary fashion, we can help to preserve and promote Korea's rich cultural heritage for future generations. In conclusion, Hanbok is a beautiful and unique expression of Korea's cultural heritage. Its vibrant colors, intricate designs, and simple yet elegant style reflect the natural world and the cultural beliefs of Korea. While Hanbok faces many challenges, there is also a growing movement to promote and celebrate traditional Korean dress, helping to preserve and promote Korea's cultural heritage for future generations. By supporting traditional artisans and incorporating elements of Hanbok into contemporary fashion, we can help to ensure that these traditions continue to be passed down through generations for years to come. Tiek Tuc Va Kong Trung Lap. In addition to being a symbol of Korea's cultural heritage, Hanbok also has practical uses in modern times. It is often worn during traditional Korean weddings, where the bride and groom will don their respective Hanbok outfits for the ceremony. Hanbok is also worn during important family events, such as the first birthday of a child, to show respect and appreciation for traditional values. Another use of hanbok is in the performing arts, where it is often worn during traditional dance performances and plays. The flowing skirts and wide sleeves of hanbok are perfect for emphasizing the movements of the performers and adding to the visual spectacle of the performance. In recent years, there has been a growing interest in the health benefits of wearing traditional clothing like hanbok. Some experts believe that the natural materials used in hanbok, such as silk and cotton, can help to regulate body temperature and improve circulation, leading to better health outcomes. Despite the many practical uses of hanbok, its cultural significance remains its most important characteristic. The wearing of hanbok is an important way for Koreans to connect with their cultural heritage and to express their shared identity as a people. It is a symbol of the values and traditions that have been passed down through generations, and a reminder of the beauty and richness of Korea's cultural heritage. In addition to its practical uses and cultural significance, hanbok also holds a special place in the hearts of many Koreans as a symbol of national pride. It represents the unique cultural heritage of Korea and is a powerful symbol of the country's rich history and traditions. Hanbok has also been used to represent Korea on the world stage, with Korean athletes often wearing hanbok-inspired uniforms during international competitions. This has helped to promote the beauty and cultural significance of hanbok to a global audience, and has helped to build a sense of pride and identity among Koreans around the world. Choosing the right clothing can be challenging for anyone, but it can be particularly difficult for those who are tall. People who are tall have a unique set of challenges when it comes to finding clothing that fits well and looks good. However, by following a few simple guidelines, it is possible to choose clothing that flatters a tall frame and makes you feel confident and comfortable. One of the most important things to consider when choosing clothing for a tall frame is the fit. It is essential to choose clothing that fits well and is proportional to your body type. This means avoiding clothing that is too tight or too loose, as both can make you look unbalanced and draw attention to areas that you may not want to highlight. When it comes to choosing tops, it is important to look for styles that are long enough to fit your torso comfortably. This may mean choosing tops that are specifically designed for tall people, or simply selecting tops that are longer in length. It is also a good idea to choose tops with a slightly looser fit, as this can help to balance out a tall frame and create a more proportionate look. When it comes to choosing pants, it is important to look for styles that are long enough to fit your legs comfortably. This may mean choosing pants that are specifically designed for tall people, or simply selecting pants that are longer in length. It is also a good idea to choose pants that have a slightly wider leg, as this can help to balance out a tall frame and create a more proportionate look. Another important factor to consider when choosing clothing for a tall frame is the style and cut of the clothing. It is often best to choose clothing that has a simple and classic style, as this can help to create a timeless and elegant look. Avoid clothing that has too much detail or embellishment, as this can draw attention to areas that you may not want to highlight. When it comes to accessories, it is important to choose items that are proportional to your body type. This means avoiding accessories that are too small or too large, as both can make you look unbalanced. It is also a good idea to choose accessories that complement your outfit and help to create a cohesive look. In addition to fit and style, it is also important to consider the fabric and color of clothing when dressing a tall frame. Choosing fabrics with a slight stretch or drape can help to create a flattering silhouette and prevent clothing from appearing too boxy or stiff. Lightweight fabrics like cotton and linen can also be a good choice, as they can help to create a more relaxed and comfortable look. When it comes to color, there are a few general guidelines that can be helpful for tall individuals. Darker colors like black, navy, and charcoal can help to create a slimming effect and are often a good choice for pants and other bottoms. Lighter colors like white and pastels can be a good choice for tops and dresses, as they can help to balance out a tall frame and create a more feminine look. It is also important to consider the occasion when choosing clothing for a tall frame. For more formal events like weddings and business meetings, it is often best to choose classic and understated clothing that creates a professional and elegant look. For more casual occasions like weekends and vacations, it can be fun to experiment with more colorful and adventurous styles that show off your personality and sense of style. Finally, it is important to take the time to try on clothing and experiment with different styles and cuts. What works for one tall person may not work for another, so it is important to find the clothing that makes you feel the most confident and comfortable. Don't be afraid to ask for help from a trusted friend or family member and consider working with a tailor or stylist to create a customized wardrobe that fits your unique body type and style preferences. Another important consideration when choosing clothing for a tall frame is the length of sleeves and hems. It is essential to choose clothing that has sleeves and hems that are long enough to fit your arms and legs comfortably. This means avoiding clothing with sleeves and hems that are too short, as this can create an unbalanced and awkward look. When it comes to dresses and skirts, it is important to choose styles that are long enough to fit your legs comfortably. This may mean choosing dresses and skirts that are specifically designed for tall people, or simply selecting styles that are longer in length. It is also a good idea to choose dresses and skirts with a slightly looser fit, as this can help to balance out a tall frame and create a more proportionate look. Another important factor to consider when choosing clothing for a tall frame is the footwear. Choosing the right shoes can help to balance out a tall frame and create a more proportionate look. It is often best to avoid shoes with a flat sole or a very high heel, as both can create an unbalanced and awkward look. Instead, choose shoes with a moderate heel that provide some lift without being too high. In addition to shoes, it is also important to choose the right accessories when dressing a tall frame. Choosing accessories that are proportional to your body type can help to create a balanced and cohesive look. This means avoiding accessories that are too small or too large, and choosing styles that complement your outfit and help to create a polished and put-together look. Finally, it is important to remember that there is no one-size-fits-all approach to dressing a tall frame. Every individual is unique, and what works for one person may not work for another. It is important to experiment with different styles and cuts, and to choose clothing that makes you feel confident and comfortable. By following these simple guidelines and staying true to your personal style, it is possible to create a wardrobe that flatters your tall frame and helps you feel your best. In addition to the tips mentioned above, there are a few other things to keep in mind when choosing clothing for a tall frame. One of these is the importance of layering. Layering can help to create a more balanced look by breaking up the vertical lines of a tall frame. This can be achieved by adding a blazer or jacket to a shirt, or by wearing a scarf or statement necklace. Another thing to consider is the importance of tailoring. When shopping for clothing, it is important to choose styles that fit well in the shoulders and waist. But it is not uncommon for the length of sleeves, pants, or dresses to be too short for a tall person. In these cases, it can be helpful to work with a tailor to adjust the length of sleeves, pants, or dresses to fit your body type. When it comes to shopping for clothing, it can be helpful to shop at stores that carry clothing specifically designed for tall people. These stores often carry clothing with longer inseams, longer sleeves, and longer torsos to accommodate a tall frame. Additionally, many online retailers offer extended sizes and measurements, making it easier to find clothing that fits well. Finally, it is important to remember that confidence is key when it comes to dressing a tall frame. Men's fashion on the red carpet has come a long way in recent years, with male celebrities embracing more daring and fashion-forward styles. Gone are the days of boring black tuxedos and basic suits. Today's male stars are pushing the boundaries of traditional menswear, experimenting with new silhouettes, fabrics, and colors. One of the most striking trends in men's red carpet fashion is the use of bold prints and patterns. From florals to paisleys to geometric designs, male celebrities are incorporating eye-catching prints into their outfits, often in unexpected and surprising ways. Actor Jared Leto, for example, has become known for his bold and daring fashion choices on the red carpet. At the 2019 Met Gala, he wore a head-to-toe Gucci ensemble that featured a red silk cape, floral pants, and a jeweled choker. The outfit was a bold and daring departure from traditional menswear, and helped to cement Leto's reputation as a fashion risk-taker. In addition to prints and patterns, male celebrities are also experimenting with new silhouettes and styles. One trend that has become increasingly popular in recent years is the use of oversized and exaggerated proportions. Rapper A$AP Rocky, for example, has been known to wear oversized puffer jackets and baggy pants on the red carpet, creating a unique and distinctive look. Another trend in men's red carpet fashion is the use of bold and bright colors. While black and navy suits are still a staple of men's formal wear, many male celebrities are now opting for more colorful options, such as bright reds, deep purples, and vibrant greens. Actor Timothée Chalamet has become known for his bold and colorful red carpet looks, often wearing brightly colored suits and jackets that showcase his unique sense of style. Another trend in men's red carpet fashion is the use of unconventional fabrics and textures. Male celebrities are no longer limited to traditional wool or silk suits, they are now experimenting with fabrics such as velvet, leather, and even denim, creating unique and unexpected looks that stand out on the red carpet. Actor and musician Donald Glover, for example, has worn a number of unconventional outfits on the red carpet, including a Gucci suit made entirely of velvet, and a denim jacket paired with a colorful scarf and patterned pants. In addition to unconventional fabrics, male celebrities are also using accessories to elevate their red carpet looks. From statement jewelry to colorful sneakers, accessories are increasingly becoming a key component of men's red carpet fashion. Musician and fashion icon Pharrell Williams, for example, is known for his bold and colorful accessories, often pairing his outfits with brightly colored hats, chunky necklaces, and oversized rings. The use of accessories is not limited to just casual or streetwear. male celebrities are also incorporating them into their formal wear looks. Actor and singer Harry Styles, for example, has worn pearl earrings and a statement ring with his suits on the red carpet, adding a touch of personality and individuality to his outfits. Another trend in men's red carpet fashion is the use of suits and outfits that blend traditional and modern elements. Many male celebrities are incorporating classic menswear pieces, such as suits, blazers, and dress pants, with more contemporary styles, such as streetwear-inspired jackets or sneakers. Actor and producer Michael B. Jordan, for example, has worn a number of suits with unique and unexpected twists, such as a black suit with a denim jacket or a pink suit with a black turtleneck. This blending of traditional and modern styles creates a fresh and dynamic look that is both sophisticated and edgy, and allows male celebrities to express their individuality and personal style. Another trend in men's red carpet fashion is the use of sustainable and eco-friendly materials. As the fashion industry becomes more aware of its impact on the environment, many male celebrities are choosing to wear outfits made from sustainable fabrics, such as organic cotton, recycled polyester, and linen. Actor and environmental activist Leonardo DiCaprio, for example, has worn suits made from eco-friendly fabrics. On the red carpet, using his platform to raise awareness about the importance of sustainability in fashion. The use of sustainable materials not only benefits the environment, but also creates a unique and distinctive look that sets male celebrities apart from their peers. Another trend in men's red carpet fashion is the use of cultural and heritage-inspired outfits. Many male celebrities are incorporating traditional elements from their cultural backgrounds into their red carpet outfits, creating a unique and meaningful look that celebrates their heritage. Actor and producer Riz Ahmed, for example, has worn outfits that reflect his Pakistani heritage, such as a kurta and shalwar pants, paired with a blazer or leather jacket. The incorporation of these traditional elements not only adds a personal touch to his outfits but also helps to promote diversity and representation in the fashion industry. In addition to cultural and heritage-inspired outfits, male celebrities are also using their red carpet appearances to promote social and political causes. Many are choosing to wear outfits that raise awareness about important social issues, such as gender equality, racial justice, and climate change. Actor Billy Porter, for example, has used his red carpet appearances to challenge traditional gender norms, wearing dresses and skirts that challenge the notion that men can only wear suits and pants. By doing so, he is promoting inclusivity and acceptance in the fashion industry. Another trend in men's red carpet fashion is the use of customized and personalized outfits. Many male celebrities are working with designers to create one-of-a-kind outfits that reflect their unique personalities and tastes. Actor and musician Jaden Smith, for example, has worked with designer Louis Vuitton to create customized outfits that incorporate his love of sustainability and eco-friendliness. His outfits often feature recycled materials, bold prints, and unexpected details that showcase his individuality and personal style. Another trend in men's red carpet fashion is the use of experimental and avant-garde designs. Many male celebrities are working with avant-garde designers who are pushing the limits of traditional menswear, creating outfits that are bold, daring, and unconventional. Musician and actor Ezra Miller, for example, has become known for his avant-garde red carpet looks, often wearing outfits that feature unexpected shapes, textures, and accessories. His outfits have included a pinstripe suit with a cape, a black dress with a mask, and a sequined suit with a feathered train. This trend towards experimental and avant-garde designs allows male celebrities to showcase their creativity and individuality, and helps to challenge traditional notions of masculinity and men's fashion. Another trend in men's red carpet fashion is the use of gender-neutral and unisex designs. Many male celebrities are choosing to wear outfits that blur the lines between traditional men's and women's fashion, creating a gender-neutral and inclusive look that challenges traditional gender norms. Actor and musician Harry Styles, for example, has become known for his gender-bending red carpet looks, often wearing outfits that feature ruffles, sheer fabrics, and bold prints. His outfits have helped to promote inclusivity and acceptance in the fashion industry, and have inspired many fans to embrace their own unique style and identity. Finally, the COVID-19 pandemic has had a significant impact on men's red carpet fashion, with many male celebrities opting for more casual and comfortable outfits. With many red carpet events being held virtually or with limited attendance, male celebrities are choosing to wear outfits that are stylish yet comfortable, such as sweatshirts, hoodies, and sneakers. Another trend in men's red carpet fashion is the use of sustainable and ethical fashion. As the fashion industry becomes increasingly aware of its impact on the environment and society, many male celebrities are France has long been known as a hub of fashion, and many of the world's most famous fashion designers and brands have their roots in this country. In this article, we will explore some of the most iconic French fashion designers and international fashion brands that have become synonymous with luxury and style. One of the most famous French fashion designers is Coco Chanel. Chanel is known for her timeless and elegant designs, particularly the iconic little black dress, which has become a staple of women's fashion. Chanel's designs are characterized by their simplicity, sophistication, and attention to detail, and her brand has become a symbol of luxury and refinement. Another famous French fashion designer is Yves Saint Laurent. Saint Laurent's designs are known for their modern and edgy aesthetic, and he is credited with popularizing the tuxedo suit for women. Saint Laurent's brand is characterized by its bold and daring designs, and it has become a favorite of celebrities and fashion enthusiasts around the world. In addition to these iconic designers, there are many other French fashion brands that have become household names around the world. One such brand is Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton is known for its luxurious leather goods, particularly its iconic handbags and luggage. The brand is characterized by its signature monogram pattern, which has become a symbol of luxury and status. Another famous French fashion brand is Christian Dior. Dior is known for its elegant and sophisticated designs, particularly its iconic New Look silhouette, which revolutionized women's fashion in the 1950s. Dior's brand is characterized by its attention to detail and its use of luxurious fabrics, and it has become a favorite of high-end fashion consumers around the world. In addition to these iconic French fashion brands, there are many other international fashion brands that have become synonymous with luxury and style. One such brand is Gucci. Gucci is an Italian fashion brand that is known for its bold and daring designs, particularly its use of vibrant colors and prints. The brand is characterized by its edgy and modern aesthetic, and it has become a favorite of fashion-forward consumers around the world. Another famous international fashion brand is Prada. Prada is an Italian fashion brand that is known for its minimalist and contemporary designs, particularly its iconic nylon backpacks. The brand is characterized by its clean lines and use of high-quality materials, and it has become a favorite of fashion enthusiasts around the world. Another iconic French fashion designer is Jean-Paul Gaultier. Gaultier is known for his eclectic and unconventional designs, particularly his use of bold prints, unconventional materials, and gender-bending styles. Gaultier's brand is characterized by its avant-garde aesthetic and its celebration of individuality and diversity. Another famous French fashion brand is Hermès. Hermès is known for its luxurious leather goods, particularly its iconic Birkin and Kelly bags, which have become symbols of wealth and status. The brand is characterized by its impeccable craftsmanship and attention to detail, and it has become a favorite of high-end fashion consumers around the world. In addition to these iconic French designers and brands, there are many other international fashion brands that have become synonymous with luxury and style. One such brand is Burberry. Burberry is a British fashion brand that is known for its iconic trench coats and signature check pattern. The brand is characterized by its classic and timeless designs, and it has become a favorite of fashion enthusiasts around the world. Another famous international fashion brand is Versace. Versace is an Italian fashion brand that is known for its bold and glamorous designs, particularly its use of vibrant colors, bold prints, and ornate embellishments. The brand is characterized by its luxurious and opulent aesthetic, and it has become a favorite of celebrities and fashion-forward consumers around the world. Another famous French fashion designer is Christian Louboutin. Louboutin is known for his iconic red-soled shoes, which have become a symbol of luxury and status. Louboutin's designs are characterized by their bold and playful aesthetic, and his brand has become a favorite of celebrities and fashion enthusiasts around the world. Another iconic French fashion brand is Givenchy. Givenchy is known for its elegant and sophisticated designs, particularly its iconic little black dresses, and its use of luxurious fabrics such as silk and lace. The brand is characterized by its attention to detail and its timeless aesthetic, and it has become a favorite of high-end fashion consumers and celebrities alike. In addition to these iconic French fashion designers and brands, there are many other international fashion brands that have become synonymous with luxury and style. One such brand is Chanel. Chanel is a French fashion brand that is known for its timeless and elegant designs, particularly its iconic tweed jackets and quilted handbags. The brand is characterized by its understated and sophisticated aesthetic, and it has become a favorite of fashion enthusiasts around the world. Another famous international fashion brand is Tom Ford. Tom Ford is an American fashion designer who is known for his sleek and modern designs, particularly his use of luxurious fabrics such as velvet and silk. The brand is characterized by its attention to detail and its use of bold and daring designs, and it has become a favorite of high-end fashion consumers and celebrities alike. Another famous French fashion designer is Pierre Cardin. Cardin is known for his futuristic and avant-garde designs, particularly his use of geometric shapes and bold colors. Cardin's brand is characterized by its innovative and daring aesthetic, and it has become a favorite of fashion enthusiasts who appreciate his unique approach to design. Another iconic French fashion brand is Chloé. Chloé is known for its romantic and feminine designs, particularly its iconic flowing dresses, and use of delicate fabrics such as chiffon and lace. The brand is characterized by its bohemian and free-spirited aesthetic, and it has become a favorite of fashion-forward consumers and celebrities alike. In addition to these iconic French designers and brands, there are many other international fashion brands that have become synonymous with luxury and style. One such brand is Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren is an American fashion designer who is known for his classic and timeless designs, particularly his use of iconic American symbols such as the polo player and the American flag. The brand is characterized by its preppy and sophisticated aesthetic, and it has become a favorite of high-end fashion consumers and celebrities around the world. Another famous international fashion brand is Alexander McQueen. McQueen was a British fashion designer who was known for his cutting-edge and boundary-pushing designs, particularly his use of unconventional materials such as leather and metal.